The threat from ballistic missiles and weapons of mass destruction is real and it's growing. It's something that we continue to see evidence of the countries of greatest concern to the United States pursuing these capabilities.
The nuclear missile threat is unfortunately quite real and is growing, not only from peer state competitors like Russia and China eventually, but also from rogue states like North Korea, Iran, and regrettably terrorists who could launch Scuds off ships near our coast and threaten many of our cities along the eastern and western seaboard.
It is absolutely real. I've been behind the Iron Curtain in communist countries. Have also been in countries which have the Islamic terrorists today, and I can tell you that to a person there is this hatred of the United States and this intention on lobbing missiles into our midst to destroy us during our lifetime.
I work in the U.S. Congress for the Senate Armed Services Committee, and consistently over the last few years the combatant commanders as well as senior policy officials and intelligence officials have testified on the urgency of the ballistic missile threat.
I believe that the nuclear missile threat may be more real today than it was when the Soviet Union had thousands of missiles aimed at us, because mutually assured destruction was still effective at that time. They wanted to live. Today we face an enemy that has no concern about their own lives or the lives of their own people. And I am convinced that that dynamic alone means that missile defense is more important than it's ever been, especially if an Iran, in the way they're going, they will probably gain a nuclear missile capability unless we intervene.
The missile threat is growing. Countries like Iran and North Korea see these weapons as critical to their efforts to intimidate their neighbors and to give second thought to countries like the United States who they perceive as incompatible with their ambitions. We have to be able to counter the threat of missile proliferation and the threat of missile attack from countries like Iran and North Korea if we wish to have the same level of security in the future that we've had in the past.
The threat is not just missiles armed with nuclear warheads, though that is a matter of concern. It's also a missile armed with a biological or a chemical warhead. And given the advances in technology, the deployment of missiles with conventional warheads are a threat. And range is not the critical issue either. Short range as well as long range are troublesome and worrisome. One need only recall the Israeli experience during the course of the war in southern Lebanon 2 years ago to understand that even the shorter range missiles can be a threat. So defensive means are necessary, and the sooner we are capable of defending across the full range, the full spectrum of threat and range, the better off we're going to be.